Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this video we are going to see how to create a cool LED matrix display board like this. And the cool thing is that we can customize this. Now let's get into the build video. Now let's get into the components required to build this. So first you will be needing this Arduino board and a cable which comes along with the Arduino board. So in case if they are not providing along with the Arduino board, you can purchase it separately. So based on the type of board, the cable will vary. For the Arduino Nano board, we will be having the micro USB port, so we will be having the micro USB cable. And next we require this LED matrix. So this is MAX7219 LED Matrix display. So here this will be available in several configurations. So 8x8 is for 1 cube. So here 4 cubes are stacked up. So we'll be having 8x32 LED matrix. And these are the female to female connectors. So which you will be using to connect these pins to that motherboard. And this is our LED matrix module. So here in this module we have 4 LED blocks, and each block we will be having 8x8 LED. So in the actual sense, so here we have 8x32. So this is the resolution of this LED matrix display panel. So now if we scale up this, so we'll be getting the resolution of a monitor. So if we use such panel in a large sense and we make it smaller, we'll be getting a display monitor like 1980 by 1080p display. So this is the basic for all the displays. In case if you need a bigger display, you can stack up this like this. So here on the back side of the PCB, so we can see that so it has 5 connections. It is VCC, ground, Dout, CS and clock. And we can stack up like this, and at the final we'll be having this. So we will be connecting these N terminals to our CPU or the Arduino board. Now I will separate and show you one of the individual LED block. Now I will be showing you the basic principle how this LED works. So in our LED module I have separated one individual module, and I'll be taking a close look on this. So here you can see that we have this LED with rows and columns. So for example, if you want to particularly switch on the LED in the first row, first column, so in this pins, though one row of pin will be corresponding to rows and one row will be corresponding to column. So when passing current to particular column and particular row value, so we can light up a particular LED section. This is the basis for all the LED monitors. So in the LED monitors, so now we have this array of LEDs. So in the LED monitors, it will be closely packed so that you can't find any pixelations. So here you can differentiate the pixels. So each LED will be 1 pixel, and in the display resolution you will be finding that 1980 x 1080. So it means that it has that much number of LEDs inbuilt in that. And this is how this works. Now we'll get into our build. Okay, now let's come back to our LED module. So as I said, each block will be having these rows and columns set up, but here we will be having this only 5 terminals. So many will be wondering how this 5 terminal will light up that array of light. So here you can see that at last you will be having this clock. Clock is like a varying signal. By using this clock, it will send a varying signal, and it can control this entire array of light with these 5 terminals. So this is how this works. Let's take a closer look at the CPU of our build. So CPU in the sense I mean the Arduino board. So Arduino available in various size depending on the purpose for what we are using. So now I'll be using Arduino Nano board. So in the Arduino Nano board we have this series of pins which controls that. So mainly this works like a processor. So this will determine at what time what signal has to be sent to your individual module. By this way this works. Now in the detailed video I will be showing how to connect this with your LED matrix and light it up. As I said earlier, so we have 5 input pins on this LED matrix display, and you can see that it's mentioned VCC, ground, DIN, CS and clock. So VCC is used to provide the power to this LED, and GND is for the ground, DIN, CS and clock. So these are the 3 pins which will be providing this controlling sequence. Now let's connect this LED display to our board. So since I have mounted this board on this test bench, so I'll just modify the cable. So here one side I will be having this female pin and one side I will having this male pin. Now let's make a connection. So align everything like this parallelly and just insert in this spot. Now we have connected on this side. So now let's make a connection on this board. And first VCC. So here VCC goes to black and I will be connecting to this 5 volt. And next ground, it's white. Now connect this to the ground. And next DIN has to go to the pin 11. So here DIN corresponds to gray. So gray I will be connecting to 11. And CS. So here CS corresponds to purple and purple I will be connecting to 10. And at last clock. So clock I will be connecting to digital 13. So this is a basic configuration. So in case still if you have any doubts, so I will be showing this connection circuit in the screen. You can just refer that and connect to this circuit. Now let's power this up and check whether our connection works. So I mentioned earlier, so I will be using this cable. So one side I will be plugging the CPU and the other side I will be plugging in this board. That's good, it lights up. Since I have already used this for previous project, so there is some text which was scrolling there. Now let's try to print our custom text here. Now let's install the software. So first go to Google and download the Arduino software. So here on the home page you can see Arduino software. Just click on this link and you just download the software from here. So here you will be getting for Windows. If you want Linux you can install, for Mac also it's available. And once done you can fire up from here. In the start you will be having this Arduino. Before you start working on this, you need to install the libraries. For installing libraries, just go to Tools, Manage Libraries. Under this, in the search window, just type md underscore 72xx. So here we got 3 results. So we need to install this MD MAX7219 library and MD Parola library. So once done, you just go to File, Examples, and below this you can find these 2 libraries. So MD Parola and MAX7219. Under MD Parola, now we'll just print some sample text. Now go to Parola, print text. And here is our program. So as we made the connections, so here are the pin outs. So for 13 we have connected to clock, for 11 for data pin and 10 for CS. Since we have connected in this sequence, don't change these numbers. Now let's try to print some value. So these are sample things. You need to make some modifications. For example, here I will be using hello world. Now let's try to upload this. So before uploading, we need to make sure that our proper Arduino board is selected. So since I'm using Arduino Nano, I'll be selecting this. And you have to select a correct port. And now try to upload this. So we need to wait till it gets uploaded. Now it's done uploading. So here we can see hello world text printer. So since this is a large text, so this display cannot accommodate the full text. So for that we can make it as a scrolling. And before that, initially when you are trying, you may get error like the text will be inverted. To fix that, You just go to the library location, which will be usually in the documents, Arduino, libraries, MD-MAX7219 under SRC. So you'll be having this MD-MAX7219.h. So this will be your header file. Just right click and edit with some text editor. So if you scroll down, so here use parallel will be default to set to 1, and here use FC16HW will set to 0. Now just invert this option. So use parallel HW, set it to 0, and use FC16HW, set it to 1. So this will fix that issue. Now let's try to scroll this text. So for that I will be going to File, Examples, and I will enter same MD parallel folder, and I will be using this parallel scrolling. So here this is a scroll text. Now let's try to change a value here. Now let's try to upload this. And done uploading. So now you have scrolling text in your display. And this is our final product. So I have used an old LED light for the enclosure and have fixed all the components inside this, and I'll be attaching this cable to the power source. So by this way you can make the cool signboard. So you can also extend this to make a wireless signboard, or you can control use a mobile app. So maybe in future videos I'll be covering how to do that. Now thanks for watching this. So if you like this video, like, comment and share.